before I go
You
to
need
the
to
water.
pour yourself a little bit more in your pours. You don't have to finish it.
When I'm plastered at the end of the night after 20 pours tasting.
That's only happened twice. Maybe 3 times.
And it might have been more than 20 pours. Hi, welcome to Bourbon Theory. I'm Bill.
I'm Josh.
And if it's not your first time here,
Welcome
welcome
back.
back.
And today, we've got Hard Truth 4 grain bottled in bond.
Bottled in bond. So this one, normally bottled in bond has to be at least 4, well, not normally, it does.
It always
has to be at least 4 years old. This one is 5 years old.
Yep.
They do have the information on the label. We have had their rye.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a lot of different things. We have this one. We have a wheated mash bill.
We have another bottled in bond, their regular 3-grainer.
Yeah, well, that's the wheated, I think, isn't it?
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's wheated.
Sorry, guys.
And then we have their
We have a store
rye.
pick. Their sweet mash rye store pick.
And I forgot their regular, not a store pick.
The regular sweet
And
mash
man,
rye.
it is just
And
excellent.
that was in our rye blind.
Rye blind that we did. Yes.
Yeah. Oh boy, that was good. That was really good.
And there's some talk that bottle could wind up in the top 5 ryes of the year. Not just for us, and I'm not saying it for us, but
yeah.
there's talk in other places, other reviews,
General
other
consensus.
things, that there's a very good chance it could wind up in the top 5 of the year. And I would agree. It easily could. So.
Boy, this nose.
Yeah.
That is so interesting.
There's a lot of stuff in there, a lot of stuff going on. There's oak, for sure.
We forgot to mention, Hard Truth also has the Sipes brand.
Yes.
Which you blinded with me, and that beat the Baker 7 rye for me.
And it's a $20 bottle.
$20 model, guys.
Yeah.
If you guys see a double oaked
It's Henry
Sipes,
Sipes.
buy it.
They have a rye as well at the $20 price point. It's a completely different bottle than these, but different bottle design. It's almost like a hip flask bottle, but it's a 750 milliliter.
It kind of looks like a Knob Creek bottle, just thinner.
Yeah, a little taller, a little thinner.
Yeah, squared off.
But I'm telling you, for $20, it's an outstanding. Man, this really does, and this got a little bit of thickness to it on the glass.
Yeah, not
crazy.
much. Man, this is super interesting. So,
oak.
It's grainy. I can smell corn. I can smell wheat. I can smell rye.
Yeah, I get the funk.
Not smelling any barley, but that's usually such a negligible percent that it's not something you'd pick up. It's got some caramel sweetness.
Yes, I would say caramel. I'm not getting the vanilla on this one.
No. I hate giving caramel as a note because to me it seems like such a cop-out. But it's just like, that's kind of what a lot of bourbons are.
Yeah,
so
it's what comes from the oak. Yeah.
You want to be different.
Those wood sugars turn to a caramel nose.
Yeah, want to be a little different, but we don't want to lie to people.
There's a bit of an astringent. It's like you know what, this is probably the ethanol, because like a little burn in the nose there off that last nosing that I did.
I think you really put your nose in that glass.
I do.
I don't think you're supposed to.
I don't have a big nose. I got to get in there somehow.
I like to do a little back and forth and move it.
You do you.
I always do me. Spicy. Nice and spicy.
You know, it is. At first I was like, what the heck is he talking about?
Swallow.
But it takes a second, and then it comes in. So there's a fairly significant bit of rye in this bill. There's also, though, I might have to go for the second sip before I can tell you.
I'm getting corn sweetness. I'm getting rye spice. I'm getting a little bit of wheat funk.
Yeah.
And I'm getting some nice oak bitterness.
Yeah, there was something else. Hang on a second.
I think a lot of people especially those who stick to staple distilleries, mainly the big ones in Kentucky, kind of steer away from bottles that are grainy. So like Frey Ranch, like...
There's a mint.
Really?
Yes.
I'll have to see if I can get
There's
that.
a mint on the palate.
Let's see if I can get that. Did not get that when I first go around.
There's an old Fitzgerald mint on the palate.
I think a lot of people, when they're sticking to those staple distilleries and they try something that's grain forward, like a Frey Ranch, they're a little off put by it. And I am not that way.
You pick up the difference in the profile.
Yes.
You pick up that it's unique.
Yeah. I really like that. It's different. It's a change of pace. It really shows off what goes into what makes a bourbon.
Yeah. Well, and they're a young company too.
Yeah, they are.
And so they're going to get better. Mm-hmm. I've heard some of their wheat stuff is just phenomenal.
Yeah, so we'll have to bust out that wheated bourbon.
No, I was talking about the Frey Ranch. Sorry.
Oh.
I was mixing them up. But I have not heard... The only things I've heard about Hard Truth is, get it, it's good. And they're 2 for 2 with me. This is good.
Boy, that is nice and spicy.
The mint has now gone away. But that oak is holding, that spice is holding. I'm not getting a whole lot on the front of the palate, that's holding anyway. But wow, this really is lasting. I mean, it's really lasting on this. I'm
trying to get there to the mint. For me, it's not mint. It's just a really clean freshness.
That's oak. It's the same thing that you're getting. It's just my palate associated it to mint.
Yeah, for me, it's just like a nice, fresh, clean, like the inside of a brand new barrel, that just got charred or something like that.
I almost went to citrus on it. I was like, no, it's not citrus.
No, definitely not.
But then that's when it came to me that it was a mint.
Yeah,
a little minty freshness there.
I can see how your palate would pick it up like that. It's a little different for me, but this is nice. It's definitely not something that I'm like, whoa, I love this. It's just good. I like it. I do.
I just got the corn. I added a drop of water, and I got more of the corn sweetness this time. And I didn't like it as much with the water. So, but that went away quickly. The spice is toned down a bit with that little 1 drop of water. And of course, I had a quarter of an ounce.
Yeah.
Did you put any water in yours?
I did, but I put it in with more. I know that you like to wait for your water.
I like to get my second sip most of the time before I go to the water.
You need to pour yourself a little bit more in your pours. You don't have to finish it.
Well, when I'm plastered at the end of the night after 20 pours tasting.
That's only happened twice. Maybe 3 times.
And it might have been more than 20 pours. We kind of get going on these things.
And then we just can't stop.
Yeah.
Can't stop, won't stop. But, Hard Truth, 4 grain, bottled in bond.
It's a buy. It's about $50, as I recall. I don't have a sticker on the bottom of this one, but I did look it up. I could pull it up on my phone.
This, to me, we just reviewed another bottle that got the same rating. I'm giving it a B-.
I agree.
It is totally different from that last bottle, but it gets the same rating. It's just good in a different way. Mm-hmm. Good in a different way.
It's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
But it's holding, man. That finish.
Oh yeah. Big time.
And to me, it's a bit thin in the glass.
Yeah.
But you can't always go by that, because sometimes we get some that are very viscous in the glass and they don't have a lasting mouthfeel. They don't have a great finish on them. So but this one does. I definitely get that mint on it. Man, I do enjoy this though.
You put it at a B- as well?
I do. I put it there as well.
There you have it, guys. Buy Hard Truth product before they win awards and it gets really expensive.
Because, like I said, that rye is probably going to be in the top 5 ryes of the year.
Yeah, because it is good.
If you can find it now, buy it now. Mm-hmm. even if it doesn't make top 5 rise, we're telling you,
Buy it now.
buy it now.
It's worth it.
Yes, it is. And if you're in Kentucky and you can pick them up at Kroger as a store pick, or any states where you can get them as a store pick, because what will happen is they will run low. Not Kroger, Hard Truth will run low on barrels, and they will have to restrict their barrel pick program. So,
Yeah.
but you got to give them credit. I mean, they're doing their own stuff. They're not buying from somebody else, and they're aging it in. They're not going too fast to market with
They're
it.
taking their time.
They've got quite a few finished versions as well. So, check them
Distilled
out.
with the finest grains and water by Indiana's sweet mash pioneers.
And that's the other thing with them. They're all sweet,
Sweet
mash.
mash,
So
which-
they don't start with any sour mash starter from another
Let's
batch.
give them a little brief rundown of the differences between sour and sweet mash. Sour mash is when you distill a batch, you drain your tank, you take a little bit of that mash that is left over after it's fermented, and you add that to your new batch to kind of start it like a sourdough bread.
Sourdough bread, right.
Yep. A sweet mash is completely new grains. It's just fermenting by itself with no starter, just doing its thing like it naturally would.
Right, exactly. Like to your point, just like bread.
Yeah.
So, and these guys are putting Indiana, back on the map with the
Yeah.
distilling piece of it. Or
Yeah. Indiana is not just MGP, guys.
You're right. You're right. It's not. So, congratulations to these guys. And
Looking forward to getting more of your stuff.
yes.
Looking forward to some older expressions of their stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, they got a bottled in bond. They're putting it out there at 5 years. They're telling you what it is. So, kudos.
Yep.
And
So guys, thanks for being here with us. If you have not subscribed yet, it's right down there.
Yep. Lower right side of your screen.
Just do it. Like Shia LaBeouf once said, just do it!
Do it! Just do it!
I thought that was Nike.
It is Nike, but I'll show you the clip. I'll show you Shia LaBeouf here when we're done with this one.
Yeah, Nike started before he was born, I'm pretty sure.
That is
Awfully
possibly.
close.
Who knows?
Anyway.
But I'll show you the video. You'll
Okay.
get it.
Okay. So, anyway, with that, like bourbon, our videos are getting better with time.
And as always, take care of yourself, Shia LaBeouf.